wish America had history as old as Europe's. What's this? Poverty Point? This was built by American Indians over 3,000 years ago. There's also Serpent Mound. This is located in Ohio, and it's the largest serpent effigy in the known world. There's the Casa Grande Ruins. This structure is almost 1,000 years old. The Aztec Ruins National Monument, which I actually might have been here. Or wait, maybe not. These are not the Aztec pyramids. This place looks just as nice, though. The Effigy Mound National Monument. This is over 200 different mounds dating back to almost 2,000 years ago. And finally, the greatest example of them all, the hundreds of Native American burial mounds dating back thousands of years ago, though already some of them have been destroyed. So here's a perfect meme proving me wrong, because I've definitely said in the past I wish America had as old of history as Europe, so I guess I should say I wish America had as much old history as Europe, because there's definitely no debate there. They definitely have way more. Best part about this, though, is it came from a European. Thank you for that. I just initiated a set of large-scale migrations which reshaped the linguistic landscape of Eurasia. Mr. Beast just continues to go above and beyond. I have no idea what language I'd be speaking right now if he didn't do this over 2,000 years ago. British people compared to ants. The British love beans and toast. Meanwhile, ants can lift up to 5,000 times their own weight. But here's their similarities. Weird loyalty to their queen. Innate instinct to line up single file and travel in a queue. Takes things that aren't theirs back to their colony. Love for crumbly pastries. I thought these jokes were gonna just kind of be like borderline offensive, but I mean, technically, I didn't see anything wrong. Where's the lie? I wish I was like an ant. King Felipe of Spain was crushed and destroyed over Queen's infidelities. Execute her lovers. Ask the Pope to annul the marriage. Send her to live out her days in a convent. Invade Portugal. It's time for monarchs to do monarch things again. I mean, traditionally speaking, you know, that is... it's kind of what they would do. Man, and the signs were there in front of us all along. Feeling I'd know what King Henry would do. Excuse me while I put away King Henry VIII's freaking milk. I just want to know how they made this mistake. Did a time traveler come back and leave this milk from the 1500s? US beats Pakistan in cricket. Meanwhile, India, they're gonna take this dub. I mean, have you seen the team that won? They do kind of deserve a little bit of credit here. Indians reacting to beating Pakistan in cricket. Meanwhile, Americans reacting to beating Pakistan in cricket. We have a cricket team? What's cricket? Is cricket like baseball? Where's Pakistan? Oh, that's just me. I used to look just like that. Yeah, there sure were a lot of Americans that were just now hearing about cricket for the first time. This is like South Asia's favorite sport of all time. Woke transit needs license and registration so the government can track you. Government regularly inspects it to legally drive. Legally forces you to pay insurance so they can pay for other people's accidents. Fuel needs big government subsidies. And government can revoke privilege to drive anytime. Meanwhile, the true Patriot transit, not required to register, no inspection requirement, bike insurance optional, not required, no need for government subsidies, and bike privilege cannot be revoked. Unfortunately, this is the best type of Patriot transit that a whole lot of US Patriots don't even think about. In fact, now that I think about it, the Netherlands is like way more Patriot than us. I don't know if we're ever going to be able to convince the US that bike supremacy is king. Are you a soy boy who needs to use motorized air-conditioned safety box to get around? Or are you an alpha male who has no fear of bodily injury? Here is just another disgusting example of corporate minimalism. On the left, the flag of France in the 12th and 13th century. On the right, the flag of France in the 14th and 16th century. When will they stop? The simplification of brand logos have just gone too far. How it feels to ask the French waitress English and she says yes. I never had this cross my head, but I'm sure every British person probably has this same TikTok edit go through them. I guess they did win the 100 Years' War after all. It took another 600 years for their plan to come to fruition. Bro, I do not remember learning about this in history class. Was I sick on this day? This is disgusting. Everyone knows that Minecraft was on the side of Skibbity, not Fortnite. More historical inaccuracies. People in Kiribati watching the missiles fly over their country. Everyone forgot they exist. They would be like this in this small Pacific island nation because they are actually a tropical paradise that no one is going to hit with a nuke. But of course, New Zealand should also be considered in this scenario. The missiles will be flying over their nation because people will forget they also exist. I hate this country. Okay. Doing the thing again, I see. This thing sucks. Literally the coolest thing ever. Wow. Dang. It's always some stuff like this you can find. Speaking of which, 4th of July is coming up. Honey traps don't work on French spies as their wives are so used to them cheating. Han. Go ahead and tell her. Meanwhile, Putin crying. Honey trapping can be when someone gets blackmailed for cheating on their partner, but obviously married French men just clearly do not care. Can't even say it with a straight face. Go ahead, tell her. Hey look, it's the UN according to Shinzoid Rage Comics. We're going to instate a new world order. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, the UN in reality, can we please stop them from doing bad wait, they just vetoed it. Yeah, some of the best things the UN can do is just say, don't do that. And I love just how many memes there are about this. So many science fiction works have them like be this crazy like organization great enough to fight like intelligent life forms from another planet. Dating apps just aren't working. Time to look confused in the World War II section. I've heard the strategy of going to a Home Depot and looking confused. This is gonna work way better though. Meanwhile, on Discord, well, I swear the most insane things come out of Discord. That's just why I gotta stay away. Fascist car! Fascist car! No wonder Italy embarrassed themselves in World War II. They were too busy building this glorious machine. I really wonder why they decided to actually build this. Like, I realize their fascist symbol can be made into a car, and it also just so happens to somewhat resemble, like, spaghetti or something. And we're talking Italy here. But come on, was this necessary? Meanwhile, in the game, Hearts of Iron 4, where World War II D-Day invasions can happen literally every second. And this is Paradox, the company that makes this game. Well, their secret interrogation tactics. You will literally be losing your mind. A literal Habsburg family member talking about how he visited an In-N-Out in California. Glad they got that jaw thing sorted out and can eat solid food now. Meanwhile, his reply, 300 years ago, mate, just let it go. Twitter or X is literally the only website you can go to get ratioed by the Holy Roman Emperor. And that is why it's one of the best, if not the best. I want to get ratioed by the current Holy Roman Emperor, if we brought that back. Though there are examples of Habsburgs having some pretty messed up chins. That isn't all of them. There's so many. Also, pretty easy thing to fix. Just, you know, get with someone that has no chin. Have that problem solved in one generation. I hope I didn't do anything crazy while drunk last night. Meanwhile, me reading my Wikipedia article the next morning. Apparently, the United Kingdom, Prussia, Russia, the Netherlands, Austria, the Bourbon Restoration family, Brunswick, Denmark, Hanover, Liechtenstein, NASA. Can I say that again? I don't know. They all declared war on me. Sounds like you need to go out and just do it again. Why you shouldn't invade America. In California, there are gangs and SEALs. Obviously, in Arizona and New Mexico, we've got cartels and machine gun collectors. In Texas, there's just straight up cowboys, and then Joe Exotic in Oklahoma. Isn't he still in jail? Swamp hunters in the deep south, and not to mention all the rednecks, contractors, Florida men, and the alligators. Backwoods people who still know the old ways, especially here in West Virginia. They're gonna have the cryptids come out and fight you. We've got militia types in Michigan, also more gangs. Also more gangs in New York. People who wear shorts in the winter here in Maine and New England. Backcountry hunters, long-range Mormons, impossible corn maze full of armed farmers here in Nebraska and Kansas. Well, then we have just some good old-fashioned, well, I don't even think I should phrase it like, let's just not good old-fashioned, just old-fashioned no-no Germans. Yeah, the northern part of California probably wouldn't be that tough, but if you get past that, there's still so much more you'd have to fight. I mean, apart from just the geography aspect, why it's kind of impossible to invade America, this is just a whole nother element. Ho Chi Minh seen Kissinger try to enter heaven. Whoa, 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 slow down there, explicitive. I could be able to say that. Ho Chi Minh was the leader of the communist Vietnamese during the Vietnam War, and Kissinger had a lot of horrible things happen during that time period. Vietnam mention!
Your final challenge?
Jigsaw.
Let the missus go through your phone.
Nah, you're taking the piss, Jigsaw.
Man, Saw is just a really, really different movie in Australia, isn't it? So much more horrifying. What the hell even was that? I feel like the Saw movies in general, in all the other countries, they're just... I mean, they're specialized for depending on the country they're coming out in. What is this trend? How many are there? I do need to see the anime version, definitely. I love Taoism, but I would never, ever, 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 never drink mercury to unlock the alchemical secrets to immortality. Yeah, this is what that ancient Chinese leader did, didn't he? I mean, I said it before, if I was alive thousands of years ago, I would probably consume mercury too, just to see what would happen. The Roman Empire? Nah, you mean the olive tree superorganism? Sponsored by Gang Olive. Is this actually how the Romans got so powerful? They were able to harvest the superorganism that is, I guess, living plainly among humans. A symbiotic fungus of which we understand very little is an addition to the olive plant itself. They work together acting like a superorganism. I don't know if we should be consuming these things anymore. The way that was described, I am now terrified. There is no shame in being weak. There is only shame in staying weak. I really needed some more motivational posts today. I'm about to wake up at 4 4 a.m. and go jogging tomorrow. Watching a tornado in the distance versus the tornado stops moving. If you don't know, this is not good. If a tornado seems to stop moving, you better run, because there's a chance it is actually coming directly at you. British TV series after 3 seasons, my job here is done. Versus American TV series after 10 seasons. They're just gonna keep on going. We're gonna completely ruin this show for just a little bit more extra profit. That's why they're making so much better stuff over there. Every squad got the Italian Larper, the Greek Larper, the French Larper, the Spanish Larper, the Romanian Larper, the Bulgarian Larper, the Austrian Larper, the German Larper, the Serbian Larper, the Turkey Larper, the American Larper, the Russian Larper. Holy crap. I think I accidentally claimed Rome's legacy. That's pretty much how every country on Earth after Rome collapsed decided to go about things. Like, hey, we're just gonna pretend to be the Roman Empire. Or I guess I should say we're gonna LARP as the Roman Empire. Pretty much all these countries here can consider they did that. Some a bit more than others. And I can't even blame them. Meanwhile, the Pharaoh's curse, pretty horrific to be honest, versus Poseidon's curse, not quite as bad. Apollo's curse, you're about to, I guess, blow up into the sun. Hades' curse, I mean, dang, I'd like to be, like a cool, spooky skeleton. Hypnos curse, doesn't seem quite as bad. I love mythology. We need more memes like this. To my patrons this month, thank you. Lucas, the Canadian Goose from Avoca. ZaneyBoi, Sarsath. I cannot sleep without douche. Amateur Archaeology. aPhatNarwhal. DaBeautiful-MEGAN-Underwood. Fredrik Tibblin, KansasWasMentioned. JohnDenver. KingBearHaze. Lucas Prentice. LuxembourgLover. And the Tambre 760.